Hello, I'm Daniela Elana. In episode 30 of Historical Paranormal, we'll take a look at the mystery of the frightening encounter of 3 U.S. Marines with cave demons who went to investigate sonar interference coming from a cave near Tora Bora during a bombing campaign in Afghanistan. January 25, 2002, 3 U.S. Marines are briefed on a mission by their gunnery sergeant. They are to figure out and destroy whatever is causing the sonar interference, which has rendered their sonar mapping system useless. They believe the interference was the result of a jamming device by the Taliban or Al-Qaeda. Corporal Latrell Wade, Derek Sawyer, and Sergeant Carlos Ramos, who was just a few days away from reuniting with his wife and son in Chicago, entered the cave just before midnight with the intent of stopping the interference. Using helmet cameras with flashlights, they record their mission. Sergeant Ramos warns Corporal Wade and Sawyer to keep their wit as they don't know how deep the cave runs, and there could be landmines and improvised explosive devices everywhere. Deeper they venture into the cave, they hear the squeak of bats. Another loud screech alerts them as a huge shadow briefly obscures their flashlight as it runs past them. They continue further, and a putrid odor fills their nostrils, and quickly they determine it's bat guano. Ramos determines the source of the interference is strong in a particular area of the cave with a portable device he carries, and they advance closer. The squeaking sound increases, and Sawyer expresses his fear of bats that both Ramos and Wade tease him for. Sawyer isn't too pleased by their teasing. They determine the bats might be the source of the interference. An explosion goes off, and Corporal Wade accidentally triggers a booby trap and falls 15 feet into a lower level of the cave, breaking his back. As he lays there, he hears the sound of large wings flapping and sees a large figure shaped like a woman fly past him. Sawyer and Ramos climb down, and Wade informs them of what he saw. He insists there's something else in the cave, and there may be a woman down there that they can help, but Ramos dismisses his words as delirium, and a brief argument breaks out between the 3 men. Sawyer doesn't feel okay leaving Wade, but Ramos assures them they'll be okay. Leaving Wade behind because he cannot move, Sawyer and Ramos venture to investigate the disturbance. They try to track down the sound, but it seems that it's near where Wade has fallen. Suddenly, they hear the sound of Wade firing off his M4 carbine as he is attacked. When they rush back to Wade, he is dead. Sawyer laments his death with sobs about how they shouldn't have left Wade behind. Ramos is convinced there are insurgents hiding in the cave and insists they go to destroy them. They venture further into the cave, where their device picks up on more interference. Out of nowhere, a host of 5 smaller sources of interferences are lurking, and they realize they have landed themselves in the nest of large-winged, cave-like demons that descend upon them and attack them, destroying their flashlights as they fire at them. Just shadowy glimpses of their leathery wings and teeth are seen. 9 hours later, on January 25th of 2002, a rescue party is sent for them, and Sergeant Carlos Ramos is found limping out of the mouth of the cave. Both Corporal Wade and Sawyer's bodies are never recovered. Sergeant Ramos experienced a loss of blood and was treated for a rare form of rabies in a military hospital. After being quarantined for several months, he is sent home to reunite with his family in the U.S. Ramos did suffer a bite wound on his neck that was too large for any known bat species to have inflicted. It is believed that the shots fired before they lost their flashlight could have caused the death of the cave demons that allowed Ramos to escape and survive the violent attack. In the footage recovered, there were larger than average bat screams recorded when the Marines were attacked. Wade's helmet camera also showed him from behind, held down by a giant brownish winged creature that partially decapitated him. The cryptid appeared attacking Marines again. This time it seemed to be hanging from the ceiling. This strange encounter has gone down in history. Some ancients believe that caves were portals between the material and spiritual world. Could it be that these cave demons were from another portal? Perhaps they were interdimensional beings. Another explanation could be that they were simply remnants from a different time, a different era. Mythology is full of strange creatures like the Nephilim, hybrids, chimeras, gods and titans that walk the earth. Modern day, there are stories of reptilians and other such strange beings living in caves. Perhaps they are from another time period and are survivors that are left undisturbed or hidden from the modern world. A third, more reasonable explanation could be that perhaps zoology has yet to identify a larger species of bat or another winged mammal. Whether there is an unknown species of a larger-than-life bat, demons residing from a portal to hell in an Afghan cave, or some kind of vampiric creature, what occurred that January in that Afghan cave will never be forgotten. Thank you for listening to episode 30 of Historical Paranormal. If you'd like to hear similar stories, you can check out the Historical Paranormal playlist, as well as the Historical Paranormal blog. Thank you for listening.